Every year I test and review over 100 different golf products, but obviously with that many products, there's only a handful that make it into my day-to-day rotation. Every quarter or so, I do a recap of what I'm currently loving. What are the products I am actually using in my day-to-day life on a regular basis? And that's what we're talking about today. Today are 10 things I'm currently loving, Spring 2026 edition. So if you want to know what I'm actually using, keep watching. Also, I'm just gonna unapologetically caveat this that I like nice things. Most of these things are not necessarily budget items. I really go by the mantra, buy nice or buy twice. At this point in my life, I would rather buy nice things that fit me well and last that I use than trying to find a bunch of cheap things that I'm never totally in love with that I end up having to replace down the road anyway. So I know most of these items aren't cheap, but this is what I'm actually using. So if that bothers you, totally cool. Go watch a different video. There's plenty of other stuff on YouTube to keep you entertained. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. First is this vest. Now, I've never been a huge vest guy, but the zero restriction Future vest has gotten way more wear time this winter than I expected. I wear it on the golf course. I wear it when I'm traveling. I wear it out to dinner. I wear it day to day around town, especially in the black colorway. It just kind of blends in and goes with everything. It's warm when I need it to be, yet it's never too warm and too hot. It packs down really well. This thing is a staple, so whether you need an athletic vest or something you can wear out to dinner, I feel like the Future vest kind of does it all. It retails for $395, but you can use the code BREAKING, which is going to knock 20% off it and make it, well, still expensive, but a little bit more reasonable. Also, now's a good time to mention this. I've got coupon codes for a lot of the products I'm going to mention, so it's great. You can save some money, but I also will get a commission if you use any of those codes or click any of the links below. If you think that makes me biased or like you don't trust me because of it, totally understand. Go do your own research, go figure out your own things. But honestly, everything I do here is just trying to help you find the right products for your needs. And this is the video I do 4 times a year where I just talk about what I am genuinely wearing, the things I genuinely like. And so if you like any of these and you decide to buy them, using the coupon code and clicking the links below allows me to continue making videos like this for you, save you some money in the process, but I will be compensated for it. So, all right, just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. All right, back to the video. All right, next on the list are these shoes. These are the Painter Foresters collaboration, the RS1 Rainshedder Shoes. And honestly, I didn't necessarily expect a whole lot out of these shoes, but they are awesome. Not only are they, in my opinion, the most comfortable Painter shoes I've owned, and I've got like 8 different pairs of Painters. These things are so comfortable, but here in the Pacific Northwest, you know, playing in the off season, it can get a little rainy, a little muddy. As you can see, these things are a mess. I haven't washed them, but they're fully waterproof. So they have like a fully waterproof sheath and zipper up here. These things are great. Now they come in limited quantities. I don't believe they're available on the Painter website anymore, but you can still pick them up on the Foresters website. I'm not sure if they're going to do another run of them or not, but if you were looking for the most comfortable, best off-season shoe, for me, these are it. These have been a big surprise, and I've worn them for just about every wet, muddy round I've played this winter. All right, at number 3, we have this. This is the Bushnell Launch Pro Circle B. So, you know, I review a lot of launch monitors here, but lately, since the release of the Circle B, they fixed a lot of my biggest critiques about this. The new Foresight mobile app is way better than it used to be. I did not like FSX Pro. It's like the more technical, like Club Fitter-esque app that you would use with the Launch Pro, but the Foresight app is wonderful. It looks good, it's easy to use, it's easy to pair. You can do a bag mapping, you've got multiple training modes. I have just been a big fan. So the fact you can just take this out to the range, set it down, get your numbers right in the screen, and if you want to be able to have more of that detailed experience and save your sessions, you can set it up with your phone or your iPad super easily. But honestly, even though this has technically kind of been out for like 5 years, it's older technology, it's still the most accurate launch monitor I've got. It's one of the easiest to set up, and this is what I've been using lately. I've just been really enjoying the experience of the Launch Pro. So if you decide you want it, it's $2,500 retail, but you can use the code BREAKING10, which is going to save you 10%. So it knocks it down to $2,250. And despite the fact that to really like capitalize on this, you need a subscription, either $199 or $499 a year, depending on how you want to use it. Especially that silver option, $200 a year, I feel like is a really good value for what you're getting. So anyway, this is what I've lately been using the most, really been a big fan. All right, at number 4 on our list, we have the Jones Utility X. So this is the first kind of like all new golf bag we've seen from Jones in a while. They've had the Trooper series. More recently, they had the Rover series, which is a lightweight walking bag. The The Utility X is more of a hybrid bag, so this is definitely a slightly larger bag than those. This is more for those people that are going to ride or use a push cart like 70–80% of the rounds and need to carry a little bit less. So because of this, you're going to find a little bit more space. It's a little bit larger than some of those other bags, but to me, this has felt like the most elevated Jones bag in a while. Everything just feels a little bit more refined. All of the materials just feel a little bit better, whether it's the zippers or the straps or the material of the bag itself. I have honestly been a really big fan. But all that to say, if you're looking for a hybrid bag that you can use while you're walking, but also easily use in a push cart or on a cart, and you like the Jones aesthetic, then I think this is going to be an excellent bag for most of you, and I've really been enjoying using it. The price point on it is a little bit more than Jones has been previously. It's $340, and being a brand new bag, I wouldn't necessarily expect to find a ton of discounts out there, but around Father's Day and definitely around Black Friday at the end of the year, you might take a closer look. At number 5 is a product that I have been waiting for a long time, and that is this. This is the new Pique long sleeve polo from Redvanly, and I absolutely love it. So here's the thing about me. I prefer Pique polos when I'm playing golf. So many polos these days are tech fabric that just feel like they hug me, and it's like they feel almost like see-through, and sometimes like your nipples poke through, and it's just awkward. And I've personally found that Pique fabric just kind of hides all of that. I also personally like the way that these kind of technical Pique fabrics wick moisture. I never feel like they get like really heavy or thick with sweat like some other technical fabrics do. So for whatever reason, I like Pique. Redvanly is a brand that has been crushing it this last year. I've always kind of like cherry-picked and liked different products they do, but right now for their latest line, they have got some of my absolute favorite products on the market, and I've been waiting for them to do a Pique polo for a very long time. And so this is their long sleeve version, has been perfect for like winter, for spring, where it's still a little chilly, where you want a little bit of an extra layer. This one's great because it's really easy to pull up the sleeves. So if it does get a little warm, you're able to do that. But I honestly, huge fan of this polo. The polos from Redvanly have not necessarily always been my favorite. I've liked a lot of their other layering pieces and their pants specifically, but they nailed it with this one. And they also have a short sleeve version as well, but it's the long sleeve that I have been wearing a lot. Also, a big shout out to Redvanly's Calvin chinos. These are one of my favorite pants I've got. I wear them on the course, I wear them off the course. They are super versatile and super comfortable. You can use the code BREAKING80. It's gonna save you 10% on anything at Redvanly. And yeah, just a big fan of everything they've been doing over the last year or two. Okay, at number 6, we have this. This is the Mileseey GeneSonic Pro speaker. So for a long time, I've been a big fan of the Bluetooth Player Plus. That has been my go-to speaker on the course. They have the Player Pro that I'm very excited to test out. And the Mileseey does two things that no other golf speaker has done. The first is it has a GPS chip built into the speaker itself, so you don't have to pair it to a phone, which means if you've got it on your cart and you're walking out to the middle of the fairway and it's cart path only, you're not gonna have to worry about it losing that GPS connection, which is really nice. The second feature is it has a removable remote. So all of the screen and the GPS is built into this remote. So say you've got this on the cart, you can take this with you, put it in your pocket, you can get accurate GPS yardages from every spot on the course directly from this, because this is actually what has the GPS chip built in. Along with that, you can easily swipe, you can change your music, you can keep score on this. Those two features, the built-in GPS and the removable remote, have made this speaker an absolute game changer. It's a little bit more expensive than a lot of those other speakers. So the Player Plus right now you can pick up for $150. This retails for $300. You can use the code BREAKING80, it's gonna knock 10% off, but $270 is kind of the going rate, which is a little bit more than the other golf Bluetooth speakers out there. But if you like the idea of having a built-in GPS and a speaker, I think that convenience of being able to remove the screen and having the GPS built in so you don't have to pair it with your phone if you don't want to. Although it is a speaker, so you're probably pairing it with your phone for music anyway, but it's nice to have the option of not pairing your phone if you just want to use GPS, and being able to remove that screen is super useful. So for this year, when I've had a speaker on the course, that's been the one I'm going with. And at number 7, we have this. This is the b.draddy Andy Quilted Hoodie, and I absolutely love it. You have probably watched some of my videos where I am wearing this. I'm a casual dude. I've got a lot of golf hoodies. I wear a lot of different golf hoodies, but this is the one I have found to just be the go-to, especially like day-to-day. On the course, I do think there are some better hoodies to actually golf in. Specifically, the Forester's Range Hoodie, I think, is the best hoodie to golf in. But this is still, for the most part, perfectly country club acceptable. You know, a lot of nicer country clubs, you're gonna find this being sold in their pro shops anyway. The quilted pattern looks great. It feels really good. And this has just been when I'm grabbing a hoodie and I need to throw something on that I know is going to look good and fit well, this has been the one that I go with. I've got two of them in two different colors. I wear them both equally. Honestly, just been a really big fan. The only downside I've really found with it is when I wear it a bunch without washing it, it tends to get a little bit stretched out because of the cotton it uses. But once I wash it, it goes right back to fitting perfect. And honestly, I'm just a huge fan. Again, it's not a cheap hoodie. It retails at $256, but you can use the code BREAKING, which is going to knock 20% off. That's going to get it down closer to $200. Again, a lot of money, but for something I wear day in, day out, I think it's worth the investment, and I've absolutely loved it. Next on our list, we have the golf shoe by Heathlander. So I'd never heard of Heathlander. They're still a relatively new company. I think they've only been around for 2 years. But in January, over the course of about a week, I heard from 4 different people asking me or telling me about these shoes. And so I got really intrigued. Met the founders of the PGA show, really cool story. And I took these down on my recent trip to Mexico where I took a chance. I was like, I haven't worn these. We're not sure how they're going to work. And so I usually don't pick a trip like that to go and break in new shoes. But we decided to give it a chance. And these have been awesome. A little bit of a different look than like the G4 Premiers or the G4 Gallivanters, but these, when it comes to kind of more of a traditional looking shoe, these are the most comfortable traditional looking shoes that I have ever tested. I put them on, I walk 18 holes, absolutely no problem. No blisters, no hot spots, nothing. They are just so wildly comfortable out of the box, and that honestly, that surprised me. It's still been kind of rainy and kind of muddy here, so I haven't gotten a chance to wear them around home as much as I would like. That has gone to these, obviously. But big fan of these shoes. One thing I'll say is they run a little small. I'm typically a size 12, but I got these in a 12.5, which fits perfect. So I probably plan to go half a size up. Also, the spike pattern on the bottom, while it provides great traction, great grip, the way it is shaped is I have found little pebbles and rocks can sometimes get stuck in there. Not really a big thing. You just kind of pop it out at the end of the round, but that's really my only knock. They're not super cheap, $225, but with that, you get a nice shoe bag, great presentation. The packaging here is really, really strong. So if you're looking for a really comfortable, traditional looking shoe that is a little bit different than maybe some of the other stuff you've seen out there, can't recommend the Heathlander, the golf shoe, great name, highly enough. Really enjoyed this shoe. All right, and at number 9 on our list, we have this. This is the Johnny Collar Cooling Cotton Sweater from G4. And yes, while I'm including this particular piece in this video, really it's a lot of different products from G4. G4 has probably become my most worn brand, where it just fits my style, where it feels elevated and modern, and they have some stuff that's like way too over the top and gaudy and ugly, and then they have some like really refined, really good looking pieces. And again, I'm a casual guy. I'm not someone that gets dressed up a whole lot, but I've been looking for some things that I could wear out to a nice dinner. They're maybe a little bit more elevated fashion-wise, or I can wear out to a dinner at a country club or something like that. And this sweater I have just absolutely loved. But there's been so many pieces from G4 that just continue to work its way into my rotation. One of the previous videos was the G4 double knit pullover. I continue to wear that all the time. The G4 everyday shorts are my favorite golf shorts. I wore those all through Mexico on my trip a couple weeks ago. Those are ones that in the summer you can wear both on, off the golf course. They fit well, they're elevated. And I've just been really a fan of everything that G4 has been doing. A little more expensive than other brands. You can save 10% if you use the coupon code G4BREAKING8010. But this is one of those where it's like, oh, I feel like investing in some nice pieces that I'm gonna wear both on the golf course and off the golf course. I've tried so many of the stuff on the golf course that I like that I've now started to say, okay, what does some of the like more off golf course, more lifestyle stuff look like? And fortunately, I've been really pleased. I've really, really enjoyed it. And so this is a great example of that. At number 10, this was originally gonna be 10 things, but I realized there's kind of 11 that I've been really liking a lot lately, so we're just gonna make it 11. We've got this. This is the Arccos Smart Laser Rangefinder. I know if you watch my review of that, you are gonna go on and on about Arccos and their subscription and their pricing, and I get it. I don't like it either, but the fact remains, I'm a Arccos power user. I love the product, and this rangefinder has legitimately made my Arccos experience better. Being able to automatically set the pins just by using this is great. The plays-like distances that take into account wind direction, altitude, elevation, temperature, they've been some of the best plays-like distances I've gotten from any device ever. They've genuinely been useful on the course. So considering I use Arccos pretty much every full round I play, if I'm not doing a bunch of reviews or reviewing a a competing product or something like that, this has enhanced the experience. So don't get me wrong, this is not right for everybody. There are a lot of other very good rangefinders out there that will do just as good of a job at giving you distances for a lot less money. But if you're someone who uses and loves Arccos, I think this is a great option. So take that for what it's worth, but this is the rangefinder that I've had in my bag the most. And finally, the last item is something that's been around for a little while, but it's also gotten more use than everything else on this list combined, and that is this. This is the Garmin Fenix 8, and I wear this 80% of the time. If I'm not wearing a mechanical watch, I am wearing this. I sleep in this. I love this watch. I switched from Apple to Garmin about 3 years ago because I really wanted to focus more on like health features and wellness features as opposed to smartwatch features. And the Fenix 8 is just a watch that can do it all. I was just skiing in Colorado last week and it turns into a full-fledged ski watch. It not only can tell me how many runs I skied, my vertical descent, how far I went, it can tell me the breakdown of the difficulty in runs that I skied. It gives you all sorts of information, and it's not like this is a dedicated ski watch, but the fact it turns into one when I need it to be is super cool. It's not a dedicated golf watch, but it is just as capable as the Garmin Approach S70, which is their kind of flagship golf watch that isn't the super expensive Mark line. The fact it's a full-fledged running watch, training watch, fitness, like it does so much and does so much well that I've just continued to be very happy with it. I switched to the Venue X1 for a few months when that came out, which is also a really capable watch, but I found myself missing the 5 physical buttons as opposed to the 2 that are on the Venue. Also, the battery life on that is fine. It would last me about 3 days, but this usually lasts me a full week, even with full activities, GPS use, doing everything. Just not having to charge it all the time is super nice. So this is the Fenix 8 47mm. It starts out at $9.99, but I just recently saw that they had a renewed version on Amazon for $6.99. So $6.99 for one of the best fitness activity tracking watches out there. Just a really, really big fan, and so wanted to give them some love because I've switched back to this and have been very happy that I did. So there you go. Those are some of the things that I'm absolutely loving right now. These are the things I'm using in my day-to-day life. These are the things I'm using out on the golf course right now. These are things that I just genuinely enjoy. So many products I use once and they go to the wayside, they go into the office black hole over here. But these are the things that I've been pulling out and using over and over again. And just wanted to share what I'm actually loving at the moment. That's not to say there's not a lot of other products that I do use and do like, but right now, right this second, these are the ones that came to mind for me. So with that, my name is Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80. We're gonna talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you enjoyed this, if you got some value out of this, please subscribe. You know, we got videos a couple times a week. I like to think we're doing some pretty cool stuff over here. If you didn't know, we also have a website. You can go to breaking80.com with 80 spelt out, and we have a whole bunch of extra content over there. I kind of forget that a lot of you don't realize the website exists, and we started as a website in 2012. So if you're looking for more details about any of these products, or you don't want to watch a whole video or whatever, there's a good chance we have a full review over on the website as well. So with that, thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Peace.